Dude, scrunch.
That's disgusting.
It's more efficient.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It's disgusting.
How is that disgusting? Folding. What?
Wipe.
Okay, brown marker.
Wipe.
Okay.
And then boom, done.
Fuck you.
Yeah, just scrungle it up in a little ball and just kind of.
Yeah, I got a scrub in there. I got that tar shit, dude.
Yeah, do you use like a Brillo pad on your asshole?
I have to.
You can do that with toilet paper without scrunching it up and then not knowing. No, don't
Scrunch
use
it.
Don't make
more
your
efficient.
Don't
and
make
then you go in with the dude wipe.
Don't make your toilet paper into a loofah.
Why not?
Because that doesn't work for your bum.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Press in with middle finger.
Yeah, you don't need to do the scrungling for that. You just gotta fold it over, and you can use one of your fingers to, do the manual work.
I just don't think you're efficient.
I will demonstrate right now.
Pull down your pants. Show me your asshole. Welcome back to the Dime Comic Bros podcast.
Why buy a comic that might cost more than a dime? Come meet the brothers who are here to waste your time.
I am one of the co-hosts, Colin, joined by Spencer, the folder, and Jacob, the scruncher.
No, Jacob is a folder.
You're a folder too?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Spencer, the folder, and Jacob, also the folder.
You mean the adults and the child.
The adults and the child. Okay, Spencer, you've been doing this for years, where it's like, yeah, I'm an adult, I do this, and I do this. Just because you have a terribly receding hairline doesn't mean you're an adult. Eat my ass.
Yours is as far back as mine is. You just have enough on top to cover it.
My hair is just thick enough. Hey, man, I got that widow's peak.
You just
There's
got that
nothing wrong with
Jew fro, man.
At least it's not a fro. Dude, for some reason, I've studied fros to prove the fact that I don't have a fro. No one understands what the fuck a fro is in this day and age.
Well, that's because we're surrounded by white people. We live in New England.
Yeah, and apparently I am less white than everyone else because of my hair.
Well, that's true. That's because you're Italian. No. A Jew fro is not a fro. It's a different thing.
Then it's not a fro.
No, it's just an easy descriptor because you get the mental image
it's
immediately.
It's stupid. It's not a fro.
A fro?
Yeah. And?
For real, OnlyFans?
Ooh.
I could make one of those.
I'm sure you could.
I don't think I'd sell. I don't think anyone would
Okay,
really buy it.
no.
Besides Spencer.
No, actually, let's flip that around. You would not be able to physically make an account and actually upload photos in a consistent manner, but it would sell. But you would need me there to upload your content for you. And for vetting purposes.
Oh, okay, so then I give you jerk-off material.
Yes.
Win-win. Well, I mean, you are my manager, so yeah, we could do that.
Speaking of jerk-off material, we're here to talk about Hellboy Animated The Sword of Storms. It's a TV movie that was released in 2006. It's an hour and 17 minutes long, and it stars all of the stars from the Guillermo del Toro movies because it's made by Guillermo del Toro.
Sword of the Subs.
Bro is slurring. How many drinks have you had?
It was intentional because I couldn't remember how to say Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Yes.
Guillermo. Guillermo del Toro. Eat my ass.
He would. Bro made a movie about fucking Abe Sapien. He would.
Oh, yeah, they did use, like, the same suits.
It's pretty similar.
It's basically the same exact suit, just, like, colored differently. Color pattern, skin pattern differently.
It's the same actor.
Yes, it's the same actor.
It's the same. Doug Jones
why
really likes
wouldn't
wearing
you?
weird rubber suits.
Yeah, he does.
It's true.
Learn something new about people every day. Well, this little cartoon...
Did you know that he was the bad guy in the first season of American Horror Story too?
I never finished the American Horror Story because it really grosses me out.
It was a joke.
Oh.
It was a joke.
Oh.
Okay, it's a known factor that neither of us will watch past like 2 episodes.
Yeah, because sex horror makes me feel gross and icky.
Nah, you just
because
gotta
it is gross and icky.
It is gross and icky, and I don't like it.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta fillet the dick, you know?
Please stop.
Can we talk about Hellboy?
I'm trying. I literally tried, and then you interrupted me with fucking American Horror Story. This cartoon, fantastic, but I felt like Hellboy was fighting way too many fucking monsters. I'm like, what the fuck? When is this gonna stop?
It went on very long.
Yeah, the monster fighting was very long, but I like that they referenced one of the short stories.
A bunch of the short stories, right?
As far as I could tell, just mainly one, which was the heads. Heads of the people in the old Japanese, like, cottage.
It is kind of weird that the pacing, I think, was the biggest issue. And both of those are pacing problems when you boil it down, because there is a lot of like redundancy in the fights, and then also a lot of exposition. And it felt like it was a 90-minute movie when it was like a 73-minute movie.
Also, it was kind of weird when we saw Abe and Sherman, Liz, on that like weird rock island. They're fighting that like Dune ripoff water snake thing. I know it's technically supposed to be a dragon, but we didn't see any of the dragons. We just saw weird monsters. Sure, but like they kept saying that like they were releasing the dragons.
It was really just a sea penis.
Yeah, it was just kind of a random, hey, let's make these characters get stopped somewhere so we can't use them at all. Because if we use them, it'll be too easy. Otherwise, I had a lot of fun with this.
To be fair, that's a similar sentiment I have with both of the Guillermo del Toro movies, is that, like, sadly, the side characters aren't very well fleshed out. The performances are really good, but, like, they're just kind of there.
That's fine. They look pretty.
There were a bunch of funny things that we all laughed at. Like, honestly laughed at.
It was actually genuinely funny.
I think a lot of it is just flat out. Like, this was actually aired on Cartoon Network, I think. It was made by like Sci-Fi Channel or whatever. This has got like legit like Saturday morning cartoon jokes in it, and like those are still funny. I don't care.
Yep.
In addition to like the general like Hellboy says crap type jokes, you know, there's a lot of like
really pissed me off.
Yeah, like in addition to that, there's a lot of like haha goofy man fell over type shit, which I don't care.
Yeah, just how he says certain things was really funny. A lot of the line deliveries were funny
across a bunch of characters, not just Hellboy.
Yeah. But the final fight scene was funny as well, because he's trying to fight these dudes and he's trying to use their weapons against them, like thunder and lightning. But then he's like, let me try something that I should have thought of in the beginning. Literally just takes a broken sword and just uses it on them again. Because it's broken, but like the writing's still there.
Okay, I mean, Hellboy's not that bright, so.
This is true. But
when he's not drunk, he's very dumb.
True. But it was a really good aim in this cartoon, which is not normal of him. He usually really sucks with a gun. That's why he loses it really early in the comics.
He usually got like 1 shot out of 6 in this.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was getting headshots like crazy.
I don't think so.
The floating heads, headshots like crazy.
You got like 2 of them.
He missed more than he hit, I will say.
And you don't? Dude, that's a lot.
I don't have good aim.
That's a lot with fucking Hellboy. That's like monumental. Are you kidding me? Bro can't shit. He can't shit shoot, okay?
No, it's because Mike didn't want to draw fucking guns and he was tired.
No shit. That's why it looks like a giant fucking barrel in the comics that just points out. It's just like he points. It's just Hellboy basically pointing his finger.
It's really funny because when Mike Mignola is like, I was lazy and I didn't feel like doing it, I respect it, and I'm like, haha, that's a great joke. But when, like, it's a pretty long-running joke, like, the Dragon Ball creator who recently passed, like, most of the time that he changed his character's design was because he's like, I'm bored of drawing them with blonde hair. Let's make some random reason for their hair color to change or whatever. And I like to shit on that because Dragon Ball's not good. But
wow.
Thank you.
I wasn't saying it was, but I was just like...
No, I know.
But, you know, it's like...
I just
like,
hate how much everyone loves Dragon Ball Z.
But don't... let the Mexicans have their shit, man!
I'm not talking about shit. I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's overhyped. Okay?
Oh, no, it is. It's the original Dragon Ball is mid, and then everything since then's been pretty shit.
Yeah, and if the cartel comes after me, just remember, that's not what Goku would have done.
That's true.
Okay?
I'm confused about the Liz Sherman turned into Kim Possible. Literally has the hairdo and the age, and it's very strange. If it's in the timeline of the Guillermo del Toro movies, then why is she suddenly younger and nobody else is?
Because it takes place before the first movie. Because in the first movie, we find her in the hospital thing, because she's like, oh, my powers are they're too much, I can't use them anymore. Yep.
Jacob.
They didn't hold my hand well enough.
I think you're just dumb.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to assume it's just a prequel.
Maybe you're dumb.
I
am dumb.
I think all that hair is weighing down your brain.
That's true.
Dude.
So soon that'll happen to me.
I feel it.
Admittedly, I don't love the fact that they made her a teenager and then decided to have Abe Sapien kiss her. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
That didn't feel necessary.
At least we got blonde mommy.
True.
I never remember her name.
The Kate.
Kate. Yeah. Somebody. Yeah, I love her. She's great.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
I was actually kind of impressed with a lot of the animation. Not all of it. There's definitely some parts in like the action sequences or whatever where they're using a lot of shortcuts, but like
especially the last fight.
Yeah, the general. This is like the era of animation I like the most.
Yes.
Did you look up to see if it's the same studio as the Spectacular Spider-Man?
I don't remember which one it was, but this was made like the year before Spectacular Spider-Man went into production.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of visual similarities in the art style for a lot of like character faces and stuff with this and Spectacular Spider-Man, which we noticed, and then I decided to
almost
point out.
Immediately.
Yeah. Because it's the best Spider-Man.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I think it was. Yeah, one of the animation studios. I did double check, but like this was like right before. Like they were working on the second one of these animated movies during work on Spectacular Spider-Man. So one of the animation studios that was working on this is in common, which is neat. I liked the sequence when there's more shadows and it looks more Mike Mignola-y. When they get to lean away from the Saturday morning cartoon type coloring for a couple minutes. And they like just drape it in shadow. I thought that was like the best part of the movie.
You know, I think the best lighting was actually the end scene where everything's like all sunny and stuff. I don't know why, but I liked that. But something that did kind of bother me was them changing the color of Hellboy to fit with the surroundings instead of just staying bright red. Because that's something I really liked about Hellboy in like any form. Was that they always, that was like in the Bible of drawing Hellboy, where it's like, yeah, he has to be this shade of red all the fucking time, so he looks like he's just out of place constantly. And then once we go to Hellboy and Hell, Mike's like, nah, make him green, because it fits, because I don't care.
The Bible.
I want him to be bright red, like my booty hole after pooping.
True.
Mm-hmm.
The music was pretty passive.
It was alright.
I liked the music.
They did use the theme that they had for the two Hellboy movies, but it wasn't during the movie very much. It was in like the intro and the outro. So yeah, it was fine.
Katana.
Yeah, Colin doesn't like the way that the katanas were drawn.
No, I didn't say that. I said, why did they draw them like that? Meaning, they drew them when they're like on the cases and they're being like displayed. They were held on the blade itself, like the actual cutting part of the katana, which it really hurt me because that just ruins the fucking blade. Or you're breaking your stand. You have to make it the dull end. You have to hold it on the dull end.
Any more thoughts on this movie?
While you were out partying, I was mastering the blade.
Yes.
While we're talking Japanese culture.
Ooh!
Fuck. You fucking weebs.
I read Demon Wars by Peach Momoko. All 4 issues. It came out in between 2022 and 2023. It is written...
Peach Momoko, if you're looking for a husband, Jacob is available.
So is Colin.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
For Peach Momoko, yes, you are.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Nope.
She's married.
Fuck!
If you want a male succubus, Jacob is still on the table.
Jacob will get under the table.
Jacob will sell his house and go to Japan.
Nah. True.
So anyway.
If you need a male prostitute, we have Jacob.
This show has to make money somehow.
Somehow, dude. You're the one that has to make on OnlyFans.
He's not wrong.
Femboys in style these days.
The long hair helps with the back shots.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Jacob.
It's the only time I turn my back on the bros.
No, dude. You gotta go missionary. How else are you supposed to see my tits swinging?
I don't want to see your tits swinging.
That's the best part of missionary, is seeing it look like the...
With men?
Like, yeah, sunny side up eggs.
Oh my gosh.
What are you looking at?
Okay. I had to check the credits while you guys were riffing. Because Goodreads is wrong!
Usually is. She's annoying.
Peach Momoko wrote and arted this story called Demon Wars, but it was translated by Zach Davison, and that doesn't count as writing it. Stupid ass Goodreads. I read this in the Treasury edition. It looks really, really good.
What's this story about?
So you see, I read the first issue and I was like, there's something about this, and I'm very confused. There's gotta be something about this. And then I kind of had an idea, but I saw the cover for issue 2 and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's Captain America. And I realized the cover for the Treasury edition is literally the theatrical poster for the Marvel movie Civil War.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Just
look, you literally have
reversed.
Spider-Man and you have Black Panther and shit. Look.
He sees that now.
Yes, I see that now.
Look.
He's become wise.
Do you see?
But
I see.
reading the story with no context, I was like, is that supposed to be an Iron Man? I can't really tell. And yeah, it is. Obviously, Black Panther's pretty obvious, but then there was this bird character that kicks an arrow out of the sky, and I was like, well, what the heck is that? Maybe this isn't the Marvel Universe. It's Hawkeye. I'm stupid.
This is also not the first... I did some more research because I got curious. This is also not the first Peach Momoko does a Marvel Universe book. There's other ones.
I like how weird she does things.
There is a child that is the chosen one or something, born of someone important, and she's transported to a magical world where she meets all of these characters that are fighting over the end of the world or something. I don't know. I was smitten by the artwork. It looks so good.
That's Carnage.
Yes, that's what they're fighting over. That's what it was. They, someone gave Carnage a big bad boo-boo, and the chosen one has to decide to extinguish the flame or start another 1,000 years of fire.
Dark Souls?
What? So, that's what the Marvel characters are fighting over, is what to do with the Carnage with the boo-boo, and I really liked that this book... It wasn't working backwards from Civil War and taking that story and those characters and doing something in a Japanese culture or a story influenced by, Japanese legend or whatever. It felt like it took Japanese legends and was like, but what if this character was Captain America or whatever? It zigged when I thought it would zag. It was cool that it was based more out of Marvel Universe than in it.
Based?
Based.
Based. Sigma.
There's a lot of weeb words that are used a lot, and I'm like, I faintly know what that means, but when you're using 4 of them in a sentence, I start to not understand because I am stupid. And that's my only my only complaint about the book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I bought it for $30.
Damn.
Wow.
Very happy.
Wowie.
You guys would like.
Maybe.
Peach Mommy Yoko.
Yep.
Oh, we're so fucking cooked, dude.
Oh,
Yep.
we're cooked.
We're cooked.
There's a reason our channel has not grown at all in the past 2 years.
True story.
I feel like with how weird we are, we would grow.
I think we found our niche in the local area and some people we
Yeah.
know, and then I feel like there's been we don't know where the ceiling is to kind of push out there,
Right.
other than make the thumbnails prettier and
Yeah,
sometimes make a little more sense.
Our local people really like us for some reason.
Yes, which is cool. That that actually makes it worth doing.
True.
Seems to me like they're lying to us.
That too.
It's a sham.
It does feel like that.
What did you read, Colin?
I read. Let's see. Bloodborne, Volume 1, The Death of Sleep, a graphic novel.
Oh my god, are you hyper focusing right now?
Hard. Let's see.
Wait until next week when I bring in the Alan Wake book adaptation.
Oh my gosh. You need to put a bullet in his head.
No!
That is the only way he will get off the Alan Wake train.
No, because that's how the end of the second game ends. He gets a bullet in his head. And then he says a cool line, and then the game loops.
Okay, well, the author is Ailes Cott, and illustrator is P. Kowalski.
Say something smart, Kowalski.
So this takes place during a weird time in Bloodborne, which works because Bloodborne can be very like askew. This main character we follow is like the main character of Bloodborne that you see on like the covers and stuff. So the basic ass hunter with the basic hunter's clothes.
I think you mean Hunter.
No.
No, Gunther.
Gunther. You would be Ice King. I don't think you would be Gunther. Actually, no. You would. Would I? I'd be Ice King. You'd be Gunther.
What are we talking about?
Adventure Time.
It's like a goldfish over here.
He is Princess Bubblegum.
Damn.
He does a little bit of genocide for fun. Some eugenics. But
Dude, she is awful. Okay, stop. Stop. I can't get into this. There's just so much to Adventure Time. Anyways, the Bloodborne book I read, the main character is obviously on the quest to find pale blood to transcend the dream or the nightmare. What is going on?
he's enjoying your presence.
Intrusive thoughts. Continue.
What?
No, continue.
Fine. So it takes place during the hunts, and our main characters are like, what is this? This feels like the same thing I've done over and over again. And then it finds like a weird blood-starved beast, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna fight it. And then the next panel is, you died. And they show up at the hunter's dream. There's a couple of things that I thought was really cool. I like how they show the actual travel between the hunter's dream and the waking world, because it does work exactly how the game was. Side note about the game, I liked it a lot. The reason why I'm hyper fixated is because everything feels like it runs super smooth with like the way the game mechanic works with the story, like the hunter's dream, and like, you know how you die in a game, it's like, oh, it's just reversed, like you never died, and canonically in video games you don't die, but in this you do, but you just come back to life because you are hunter's dream. So they find pale blood in this like child who has like the beast plague on them, but they don't kill him.
Put the lighter down.
They don't kill the child. Spencer, put that down, please. Put it down. Thank you, sir. My point is that there's a lot of really cool things. The art style is fantastic. The way that they follow with the idea of that the beasts aren't actually beasts or monsters, they are still humans. And we get to see a little bit of the backstory of the guy who started the powder kegs in the story. And what was also I found very fascinating was when the main character went to Yusefka's clinic. She's like, oh, I'm sorry for slightly undressing you. Literally just takes their mask off and their hat just to like treat the wounds. And then Yusefka goes, I can never tell with you, are you a woman or a man? Because the main character literally looks like it could be either, which is cool because in Bloodborne the story of it doesn't matter if you're a dude or a girl, and so the main character's just like, I am a hunter, doesn't answer the actual gender question, which I found really cool, and I was like, oh, that's neat. It's a fantastic book. I give it a solid 6 out of 7.
Wow.
6 out of 7 what? Blood pellets?
I give it a 6 blood echoes out of 7 mommy dolls.
You know, It was actually a fuck doll for the final villain.
Yes.
Okay.
It's also modeled after Maria, the boss of the DLC.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. If only I had been able to play the DLC.
You still could have. You weakling.
I wrote an opening joke, but you guys were too busy talking about how to actually wipe your shaven asshole.
Please tell us the joke now.
A thought hit me as I was listening to a prequel to the Dune stories. And
Was she pretty?
I realized that the first Omen is actually a Dune prequel. Because the Catholics bred, GMO'd the perfect human that is actually the Antichrist. And it's the same thing in the Dune prequel. The Catholics GMO'd the human that is actually the Antichrist.
It's always the fucking Catholics.
The Bene Gesserit witches, am I right?
It's true.
They are Catholic, actually.
It's the Orange Catholic Bible, yeah.
Yeah! Yeah, that's right. Holy shit.
Also, a sidebar, completely unrelated. I was watching Batman Year One, and the guy that plays James Gordon in the TV show Gotham was the voice of Batman, and in real life...
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
And in the real life, he's married to Morena Baccarat and has 3 kids.
I know that.
That lucky bastard.
Wait, hold on. First off, you didn't know that he plays the voice of Batman, and you don't think, and Spencer, you don't think about that 24/7, because I actually think about that a lot for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just I always found it very fascinating that he was like Batman, and then he became Commissioner Gordon in Gotham. Like, that was just always something in my brain.
Weird. No.
Constantly there.
No,
I don't know why.
I guess it never really occurred to me, but being the math of Gotham fan, I did in fact know who he was married to and smashed on a regular basis.
Wow.
I was very aware.
I don't even know who this woman is you're talking about.
Go do some research.
Say her name again?
I will show you. Spencer, what did you read?
So I have 2 letters, and I want to vote.
P.
No, I'm gonna tell you the 2 letters, and then I want you to vote on which one.
No shit! Really? Oh, that's great that she was in Gotham then.
Yeah, for like the whole show. I think they might have met on that set, maybe. I don't think they were married before.
She's got great boobies.
Oh my gosh.
She pegged Deadpool.
Oh, that's nice.
That always grossed me out, dude. I saw that.
Yes, we also watched that movie. Yes.
Yes.
I'm happy for you. Well, he had to be able to fit the ring pop in there somewhere. He needed help.
No, because no. Actually, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm not gonna release information that I should not know, but I do know.
That's a good idea. Okay, so we have the letter O and we have the letter H. I'm doing both of them. They're 2 different things. They're representatives.
Oh ho, the Pokemon, the legendary Pokemon.
Not quite, but you're getting close. They're 2 different things.
I choose the letter H for Hyman.
I choose the letter O for orgasm.
I hate both of you. You're supposed to agree on something. Fuck you guys.
Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors. No.
No. Dude, rock, paper, scissors over it.
We can do the letter O for orgy.
No, rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper,
over it.
scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
This is necessary content.
2 out of 3?
No, just one.
Shoot. Ah! O wins. I always win rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
So I read One Piece,
threw
volume
the
1 through
Fuck.
3. Fuck you!
Fuck you!
No! I don't wanna.
I threw the game.
I'm sure you did, sweetie.
You threw the game.
Yes.
What's that mean?
I intentionally lost because I wanted O for orgasm.
No, you didn't. You didn't know what I was going to throw.
I absolutely
How
did.
did you know I was going to throw?
Because I'm so smart.
You're so gay. You don't know shit.
He does know a lot about shit, actually.
One Piece.
You know a lot about wiping your ass.
I do. I've been
Thank
doing
God you do.
I've been doing it for 23
Wait,
years.
do you shave so you don't have dingleberries?
It helps with that, yeah. It's not.
Because I've been getting them bad recently. And I don't
Well,
know
you
why.
should probably up your hygiene game and get on that because it helps.
How do you do that? How do you not have dingleberries? How do you prevent that?
You shave your butt.
Seriously?
And you don't
You shave?
No.
and you don't crumple. You wipe like
Yes.
an adult.
Yep.
And
Do you not
use-
get dingleberries?
Not really, no.
And you use wet wipes, which you already do, and more regular bowel movements kind of help, you know? And if you really, really need to know, you need to get better at, like, spreading your ass cheeks over the toilet.
Also-
so you're not just pooping through
Also-
5 miles of
also-
ass cheeks to get down.
No, when I spread my ass cheeks, it doesn't feel right. But also, yeah.
If you have, dump truck of caffeine and like 1 meal a day, You don't get dingleberries. It's just squirts all the time.
I don't get. I wish
Get
I had,
on my level.
No, wait. I wish I had squirts because I just get like tar, or that's where the dingleberries come from. Tar, or it's just like a slug that's trying to like come out of my butthole, but like it won't push. Like all the air just goes through the hole. That's like there because there's no poop in this portion of my butthole. But then there's poop just like hanging out at the ledge. Like hi. It's like why won't you come out? Drop out. And it's like no, this is my home. You have poop in your asshole forever. And I'm like. Damn. Get me the poop spoon.
No, you just jump straight to the knife.
No!
So I think that the protagonist of One Piece would, Luffy would very much so enjoy this conversation because he's a fucking idiot and I love him. He's the biggest idiot in all of manga ever.
You love idiots.
Yeah, I do! Why do you think I like you? So I've read the first 3 mangas. This is gonna be my pattern for some of my shit because one book, one trade is kind of too small. So this originally started coming out in 96 or 97, published in a magazine, blah blah blah. You know the shit. It's a shonen anime. A shonen manga. It came out in Shonen Jump. Blah blah. You know the deal. So we are in a weird world where the world is an ocean, but like land is all on one big like slab in the middle of it. It's really weird.
But what if it's not a lake, it's an ocean?
That's true.
Wait, I wasn't paying attention. I was stroking One Piece's massive cock and fondling its balls.
You should. It's been around longer than we have, and it's great.
No. I won't. It's on a slab. Oh yeah, it's just a giant ball of water with like some land formations, right? Basically like an X.
Yeah, it's really weird. So the whole planet is different. It's a big ocean world. I don't like those glasses. I like the other glasses. I like Rachel's glasses more on you.
Dude, bro is blind.
Yeah. I actually probably need better glasses.
Have you never looked into his eyeballs and seen that?
No.
No.
You can see how corrective the glasses are just by...
If I stare into his eyeballs, it'll reflect his asshole.
From here, I can't even tell that that's Batman. And I can only barely tell that that's Spencer because
otherwise
of his chonking bod. And then I can't even tell that's a Demon Hunter poster from here.
Yeah, I just look like Skips.
Yep.
Skips but black.
Yeah, that's how I figured out who people were. I'd have to like listen to them. I could not tell who anyone was, basically.
Mordecai and Rigby. Anyways, so Luffy is a stupid idiot, dumb ass, stupid idiot 10-year-old child and eats a magic demon.
He ate the One Piece.
No, he did not eat the One Piece. He eats a gum fruit, which are like
gum fruit.
Shut up! Let me have this. Let me be happy. Let me be happy. Just be happy. I'm expanding my culture. Nah. So he eats a magic fruit that makes him stretchy, but also he can't swim anymore. And he's gonna go become the coolest pirate ever. So he meets a bunch of pirates. He's like, holy shit, you guys are really cool, and I want to go find the greatest treasure that's ever been known to mankind, the One Piece, which no one's ever found, and still to this day no one's found yet in 24 years of the manga existing. So he gets a crew together, basically. And then the first 3 volumes is him hanging out with his new friends, finding a couple of people from random other pirate crews and stuff. Also, he went up against a couple of different villains. Most of them weren't super exciting, to be honest, except Buggy. Buggy is great. He's a clown. He's a clown pirate, and he can detach parts of his body and then like throw them at you. So like, you know, like the Iron Man, like weird armor that comes in chunks. Mm-hmm. He can do that with his body. Mm. So he can like throw his hand at you with a sword in it, and then like use the hand like with his mind. Mm. He's a really weird character. Anyways, this is like the warm up to the run. Basically, is getting a couple of characters for the groundwork. There is. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. But basically, what is going to be Luffy's best friend for like the entire series is a sword fighter.
Zoro.
Thank you. Who's very cool and shit. He's like a badass bounty hunter and stuff, but also like...
He's dumb too.
Well, they're all dumb. It's One Piece. It's a comedy manga.
Yeah, but they all got their own little dumbness. Like he's dumb because he has no view of like direction. That's true. He has no idea where he is ever.
That's kind of true, actually. But he like the way that they flesh out his character is because he's got this like weird. He fights with 3 swords. Two in his hands and then one in his mouth because like his best friend died or whatever, and she was gonna be the greatest swordswoman, and he's like, no, actually you died because you got cancer of the ass or whatever. So he like carries on in her honor or whatever. It's pretty cool.
It's hot when women get cancer of the ass.
Better than cancer of the brain.
They need to stop smoking with their butthole.
Oh my.
So the beginning is mostly just getting used to Luffy as a character, as a protag of like this. He's a kid. He's like 15 or 16, I believe.
Of course he is.
Like it's a shonen manga, Colin. Shut up. That's the target demographic, and me.
You should read Isekai.
No, I am very selective, and I hate Isekai very much.
I'm also very selective. Oh, did you know there's a One Piece video game? And
there's a few.
If you play as Zoro in one of them, so in this game there's like a little mini map, of course, and you can actually see where you are. If you play as Zoro,
this is why he remembered it.
If you play as Zoro, it's just pixelated. Your mini map doesn't work.
That's nice.
So you're always lost.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Most of the like mini bosses basically in this world that you encounter every few chapters of the manga are other people who have eaten different devil fruits and have weird body powers.
Poop.
No, not yet. I'm sure there are people with poop powers though.
Poop. Dung eater.
So Luffy's thing when he stretches, like Mr. Fantastic, except he's not like Mr. Fantastic at all. Actually, he's like made of rubber, literally.
He's Plastic Man.
He kind of is more like Plastic Man, to be honest.
Yes, he is.
But like the way that he uses his body for combat purposes is actually really cool, and it's done really well. Like on panel to panel, the way he twists and contorts himself and understands kinetic energy way too well for an idiot to be able to like sucker punch people into space or whatever. Is really cool.
He would have to understand that. If he has these cool powers, then you have to understand a lot of the weird sciences for you to use them properly. It's because he's a good fighter.
Colin,
he's a great fighter.
Yeah.
How much does your Luffy stretch?
Not far. Not far. Like 3 inches max.
Oof.
On a good day.
The series is just really funny so far. More than anything else.
But my balls are tight.
That's gross. The art is really well done. So the mangaka is commonly referred to as Oda. I have no clue how to say his first name. But he's just a really good sense of humor for me, honestly. It fits with a lot of shonen manga / anime tropes of like it's a middle teenage boy going on adventures and accidentally falling onto boobies and stuff. But like,
oh well, it happens.
Right. It was published in Shonen Jump. Still is. So like it's gonna fit the archetypes. But the thing that I really like is more how, for the most part, the art is actually pretty stripped down and more on the cartoony end of things. I know, me describing a manga as cartoony, like, they're not all very cartoony. But, like, in comparison to a lot of other mangas, either of the time or of the same type that I'm currently reading, it's the most, like, cartoony and over the top because everyone's got weird body proportions and they all have weird body power. So it just makes more sense for everything to be, like, funky. There's a lot of good visual gags. Like,
yeah, because then you can fuck around with the proportions of things. I mean, the proportions are... I've seen the manga panels. The proportions are still, like, correct relative to, like, how the body works. It's hard to explain. Because
it does change later on, especially in the anime, from what I'm aware of. There is a big art style change that I don't think I'm going to be a fan of, but...
You can fuck around with the proportions, but they still have to be proportionate. It's very weird.
You just have to follow your own internal logic. And because it's a comedy series more than anything else, it can break its own logic pretty easily because it's funny. Like when, I don't know, a character eats a rice ball that's covered in gravel and they don't break their teeth. It's funny. Like, there's no point in getting into the minutia of it.
I have 2 questions.
What?
One is, how much money did you spend on these mangas?
Too much.
No. So each one was between $10 and $13 cover price.
Did you buy a box set?
No. But I did make the mistake of buying each individual paperback instead of getting the omnibuses, because this is a series that's got over 100 fucking books.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm dumb.
Big stupid.
Okay. For everyone listening, that is actually the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard you do. Second dumbest thing.
True.
The second dumbest thing I've ever heard you do.
What's the first dumbest?
I'm not allowed to talk about that. The second dumbest thing you've ever done, because people who don't even read One Piece know that you do not buy the weird small paperback ones, because you're going to have at least 3 bookshelves full.
Yeah. Well, too late. But correction, the reason why I started with that was because I was at Stairway to Heaven Comics in Newington, New Hampshire, and the first volume was it was an older published version from like 10 years ago or whatever. It was on the discount rack for $5.
Nice.
So that's where I started, and I was like, oh, I knew One Piece has been going on for 20-some years, but I just didn't make the connection. I was like, oh, fuck.
Second question is, how long before you watch the live-action adaptation on Netflix?
You've already done it.
How long before you review it?
He's never going to.
Maybe about 2 months.
Stop answering his questions for him.
I have a list of things. I am not going to answer how far through I am with that show. I will be talking about the regular anime first, to some extent. But I will, at some point, get around to that.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
I read DC Horror, Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. It is written by Bruce Campbell and illustrated by Eduardo Risso.
Are there zombies in this book?
He is.
Damn.
There are
No, why would there be? It's just called the Army of the
There
Dead.
are zombie Nazis in this book.
Those are always the best zombies.
Double
you feel
reason.
really good about killing them.
Yeah, double
It's
reason.
true. Killing them again.
Yeah. Yes.
This book was boring.
Aww.
Fuck.
I imagine this read like most Sergeant Rock comics. It was very much, they've got us outnumbered. I'm throwing a grenade. Good job, men. We saved the day. Over and over again. The story certainly moved along. They killed the Hitler again. But it was quite boring. It looked good, but not much happened. It did not keep my attention.
That sucks.
So was it more boring or just as boring as MASH?
Ooh.
I have never watched a full episode of MASH because it does not appeal to me whatsoever, and it looks boring as hell.
I have not watched MASH as an adult and cannot give a well thought out answer.
Probably the worst time of my entire life was when I was a child and I was basically forced to watch MASH because it was the only thing that would be on the TV if I went to a certain grandparent's house or a certain cousin's house.
Wow.
It's really been that long since you've watched. I remember MASH being on in your house a lot when I was younger.
I would never pay attention
Wow.
as a kid. I would just walk through and be like, oh, it's MASH, and walk back out. Because it all sounds the same.
Yeah,
Probably
yes, it
the
is.
biggest reason why I hate sitcoms. Because it all sounds like the same shit.
See women, see
Footstock, yeah, see,
banana peel.
banana peel, slime on feet.
I probably
Dan
would
Snyder?
have given
Snyder?
Sergeant Rock 2.5 stars if Goodreads allowed half stars. So I rounded up to 3 out of 5.
Oof. Did you get any Bruce Campbellisms out of it?
I don't know, maybe, kinda, not really. There was nothing that made me go, that guy. I spent $10 for the first 5 issues, and then 16 for the last issue. Big owie.
How?
eBay, because I couldn't find the last issue anywhere.
Wow.
Jeez,
Yeah,
Oof.
that sucks.
big oof.
That's not good.
God,
Yes,
you're up.
I read Bloodborne, Volume 3, A Song of Crows.
Wait, he's skipping over volume 2?
You skipped
Okay.
one.
Yes. So how the Bloodborne comics work is that none of them are actually like connected. They're just in the same universe. Why do you make those faces? I want to slap the fucking shit out of you with
Do
the,
it.
when you
Do
make
it.
those
Do
faces.
it,
Mummy?
please.
Oh my gosh. This one follows Eileen, the hot crow mommy, granny mommy in Bloodborne. Actually, I don't know how old she is. She calls herself an old lady, but she sounds like a hot middle-aged black woman.
What do you call a lady with one leg? Eileen. What do you call a lady with one leg? Eileen.
Ah, yes! Yay, smash!
Wait. So are we talking? Wait. So is it like one leg or like one leg?
One leg.
Then where is it?
Where's the leg she lost?
No, where is...
I got you there.
Anatomically speaking, where's the cooter?
Where it always is. She just lost a leg.
Oh, so okay, so you were saying one leg, not like one leg.
Yeah, no, not mermaid.
I was checking.
How was this comic?
It's actually really good. I remember when you let me borrow like the Dark Souls comic, and it's like absolute dog shit.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know about these.
Right.
And then I saw them at both of these at Stairway to Heaven Comics, and I looked through one of them, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty good. And then the covers looked great. Like the Song of Crows looked fantastic. That was the one that really wanted me to get into it.
Sharp. Red.
It was sharp and red, yes. And I just kind of like flipped through some of the pages. I'm like, this is really fucking weird shit. I love it. So the third book follows Eileen, and it's like kind of, as far as I can tell, everything's before the first, like before the actual game, where you follow Eileen, like just kind of going through her regular life, but she's also like basically playing detective lady with trying to find this hunter that she didn't know existed, and also it's somehow connected to a childhood friend when she was younger that she couldn't save, and it's actually really sad. Like sometimes she never takes off her mask. Like she's always like, it's like her skin. Like this whole costume's her skin. Like she goes to bed in this, and there was one time where she was like digging graves for massive amounts of dead people, and in the middle of it, like she was thinking of some type of horrendous memory she had, and she just threw up in her mask, and it's just like seeping out of the beak. I was like, damn, this is good. Like this is the stuff I live for.
Colin really wants her to mama bird that shit to him.
Yeah, of course. And it also follows like her interaction with Rom, so I think it might be...
That's the vacuous spider.
Yeah, that's the weird...
I thought it was the Space Knight. Sorry.
It's the spider that's in the lake.
A boss if you're underleveled.
It's the easiest fucking boss in the game. It literally just stands there and waits you for... Did you keep hitting its face?
I don't know.
Dude, the face is stone. It doesn't hurt. That's probably why.
No, I was smacking its ass.
Been mewing.
I was smacking its ass.
Okay, good.
With lightning weapons, but I was just underpowered. The third phase with the target missile spiders hitting you is kind of bullshit.
Just roll.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Apparently you didn't. But I'm pretty sure somewhere in the lore in the game as you're playing it, she does interact with Rom. Because if you do a quest wrong, you get to fight her. Do her quest wrong in the game, you actually have to fight her around like the cathedral ward. So this book kind of takes place before and during the game, as far as I'm aware. There's like this whole weird sequence where she goes to like the actual church that they studied, like the outer gods and stuff, like that whole weird cathedral thing did. It just, a lot of these books just bring a lot more life to the story of Bloodborne. I mean, Bloodborne is already fantastic and in depth as you play the game if you're paying attention to the storyline, but the books really just add more color. It's fantastic. These books are great so far, and you can read them out of order. You can just choose what ones you want to read.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And also, I was ecstatic when I found out that there was a book about Eileen because she was so cool. She was the first person I killed because I wanted her daggers. Then I found out you have to have 40,000 blood echoes.
I'm glad you found good video game comics.
Thank you.
I'm so glad for you.
Thank you. You have a hard time with that, huh?
I read a whole book of shitty video game comics.
Yeah.
And I said never again, and then you're like, oh, this is easy.
Well, it's because you're choosing, like, you're not doing the research on these books, or you're not, like, looking at them, like, in your hands or anything. You're just like, oh, yeah, this game I played, that's kind of, like, Niche? Yes!
A lot of lore?
Or actually,
sure,
no,
why not?
yeah, let me read this, not niche, let me read this book about this video game that, like, everyone knows about. And it's like Bloodborne. Yes, there's a certain demographic for this, and also it's everything that's up my alley. Also, I need to revisit the Dark Souls comics because I might have hated it simply because I hadn't played enough Dark Souls, but I might be wrong.
So you're asking to read my shitty video game comics again?
I'm probably just gonna buy them myself because I want them. Because I want a shelf that's...
Do you want my copy?
I will take your copy, yeah.
Okay.
I will take it.
I will try to find it.
Thank you, sir.
Spencer, wrap us up, please.
I read the first 3 volumes of Hunter x Hunter. It's
That was
very
the
good.
H he was going to talk about.
Yeah, you get it.
Oh, yeah, I should have known. He asked me.
I thought
He told me about Hunter x Hunter.
it was H for hormones.
Because he was asked... Oh, jeez. He was asking me if I have any Hunter x Hunter comics. I'm like, or mangas. I'm like, are you serious? Dude, all my shit's, like, weird stuff.
My stuff's weird stuff. I own Berserk and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Berserk, Jujutsu Kaisen,
Like the most
Pun.
the most popular fucking anime and manga.
Good
Like
Night Pun. Also, Dorohedoro.
that's pretty popular.
Let him talk.
Not really.
Let him talk.
In weed circles.
Talk about hormone. Horny.
No, please don't do that. It's
Handsome.
just no. Yes, handsome. Tell us about handsome. Don't say horny, please.
Colin's been traumatized by this, I guess.
No, because I know what's in Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, so this starts off fairly light. It's yet again another shonen anime, manga. It's we follow Gon Freese. It's Free.
A child.
CSS. Yeah, he's like 12 or 13.
He's
He's a
bad.
fucking psychopath. But he's not really portrayed as one. It's very funny. He's like endearingly psycho. Like instead of okay, so
Like your mom.
True. So like the premise of this world is basically that there's another class of people. They're black.
Segregation.
There are hunters, and they're bounty hunters, you see. They collect bounties, and they assassinate people, and they do all the cool shit in the world, basically.
Bloodborne reference?
No. So you have to go through the trials to become a hunter. It's alluded to that Gon, daddy abandonment issues. It sounds like his dad's a hunter. I'm sure that'll be revealed at some point.
Damn,
in the future.
this is pretty relatable to you, huh?
Wow. Yeah, okay. Being a psycho, yes. So Gon is a creative 12, 13, whatever, year old boy in a group of like adults who are all idiots. And I really like all of these characters so far. They're very funny. So it's him and his like a close circle of people he meets at the beginning of the trials who go through the trials together. They grow closer and they're all friends and all that stuff. I'm at the end of volume 3 is like 87% way through the trials, so I'm sure once we get out of the trials it'll get a little bit more interesting. But it's a bunch of like random, you need to make sushi to impress this one hunter who actually really likes sushi, and if your sushi sucks you're gonna die. And somehow in this world, even though it's still Japan, they don't know what sushi is. It's very funny. So like just really random shit like that, mixed in with like very practical skill related things. It's very bizarre. They get trapped towards the end of, I believe it's the end of volume 2 into volume 3. They get trapped in a tower and they have to do like combat with a bunch of like prisoners. It's really weird. This one, I like it flatly. So far, this is, art style wise, is reminding me the most of what if Pokemon had a better art style.
Oh yeah, you're so right.
It's pretty similar in a lot of ways. I mean, if you're uncultured, most manga look the same to you anyways. Me. I'm not super well educated on this. We're vastly expanding my horizons really quickly. So we're working in relative speeds here. But like, in terms of like face shapes and creature designs, a lot of it feels pretty similar to Pokemon, which is cool.
Ooh, let me say one thing. Let me interject. So, with the art style of manga is when you're reading manga for long enough, you'll realize that there's always an art style change. And the reason why they do the simple stuff first is so that it can like feel like it fits in with the rest of the crowd for a little bit, so people can pick it up, and then it progressively they actually use their real art style because it's not the real one. That happens with like most of them.
Yeah, there's definitely a a lead-in.
Like it's same thing happened with Bleach, which I highly recommend.
I'm getting there. That one's gonna take a bit. I can only do so many at once, man.
I know.
But this is tone-wise so far. It's kind of like Pokemon, which is the only way I can describe it, which doesn't make any direct sense because there's no, like, the worlds are super similar or anything, but a lot of it is, like, the types of physical comedy, unlike One Piece. Hunter x Hunter is a little bit less comedy-focused. It has a lot more action, a lot more violent action as well, which does contrast pretty well with following a bunch of mostly teenagers. It's not, like, Berserk or anything, but, like, it's a lot of, Gon is not just, like, a psychopath, like, colloquially of, like, hey, this kid's kind of self-serious. It's like, no, if you actually pay enough attention, he is so high, like, he would rather put his friends in danger to play a battle on even footing with somebody rather than just, like, take a win. He's fucking insane. And it's really endearing because he's kind of dense. He's not stupid, but, like, he's a very weird character.
He's autistic.
Kind of. He's very direct. And his main weapon currently is a fishing pole, so, you know.
Yes,
it's great.
it is.
It's great. I really like this as well. I think One Piece is going to hold up better in the longer term. I'm trying to gather my history in my brain, you know, understand the context in which all this shit was made. One Piece is like the third most influential manga of all time. You know, it's gonna happen. But for Hunter x Hunter starting a couple of years after it, it's really good as well. It fits in a very similar comedy, primarily comedy, action second type dynamic with a small crew of you know, feisty youngsters who bicker and stuff. And the books are really pretty. This was the thing with Hunter x Hunter that I was actually really impressed by, was how well it led in. A lot of the other mangas that I've read that I'll get to eventually, I'm gonna actually start off with kind of contentious notes for the beginning of a lot of them, because some of their first volumes are kind of rough. Whereas Hunter x Hunter kind of intrigued me right off the bat, and then I binge read the next 2 volumes over like 2 days. Just right for it, instead of waiting. Which is just not as common. So that's pretty cool. These ones are also between like $10 and $12 per volume. I bought them all, I think, at Jetpack. Or Barnes & Noble. I don't know. Good stuff. Good show.
How much did you pay for them?
He just said it.
Tell me again.
Why?
10 to 12 lollipops.
Because I wasn't paying attention.
You never are.
No, I heard most
I paid
of it.
cover price.
You know who pays attention, though? Is our patrons. They went to patreon.com/coverbros network and they signed up under one of the 4 tiers they found there.
You do realize you can just let me do it and it'll be intelligible, right?
Caitlin and Jeff Lawrence went to patreon.com and they support the show with their real life Robux. It's amazing.
Actually, we use V-Bucks.
No, Fortnite bad.
But Roblox is child slavery.
We bring our V-Bucks to Jetpack and give them all of our real life monies.
True.
Because they have cool things there.
They do.
Shop local. Buy cool things at Jetpack. I make a Substack every week. I make pretty pictures in stack up with some words that make sense. And it's mostly a description of what we talk about in every episode. And it's free. You should subscribe at Scrubstack. Get pretty pictures in your email. Next week is dimecomicbros, where it's just Spencer and me talking about video games and anything video gamey. I'm talking about Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Spencer's talking about probably Alan Wake 2 yet again.
It's not again. I haven't talked about it yet.
Oh my fuck!
About what?
Alan Wake.
Oh, Alan Wake.
2. The Squeakquel. You just need to hurry up and get on my level, man.
But also Fallout.
That is true. That is also true. Their television series.
Free Comic Book Day is happening May the 4th, and we have a table. We have 2 tables, actually. Come see us at Governor's Inn in Rochester on Free Comic Book Day.
Buy Colin's comic.
It's the last one that
It's not
Jetpack
free,
is
though.
doing.
Yeah,
Again.
none of my stuff's free. You have to buy it.
Our stuff is free, though.
Unless you grab Colin's ass, but it's impossible because he's gonna be sitting on it. So good luck.
It kind of flows out the sides.
I also have to warn, for anyone who listens, but the people that don't listen, I have a terrible habit of not being at my table because I want to talk to everyone else. I want to see all the stuff. So, good luck finding me.
Oh, that's your chance to grab his ass for a free comic! Ah!
Imagine someone actually does that.
I really hope it happens.
I really fucking hope it doesn't, but if it does, it better be a hot woman.
Watch it be your wife. Just grabs your ass thinking she's being cute, and you're like, damn it, I have to give you a free comic book now. Don't touch me.
That's who I'm hoping the hot woman would be, is my wife.
I think it'll be Kyle.
Kyle can touch my ass.